Hey guys, I got a pretty cool video today. Me and Eric have been burning some long days for the last week and a half over here in Missouri. He's in from Phoenix, and we've been working on all three, the site, the QR code videos, the manuals for the pool kits that I know we're already starting to get a lot of them moved, but come March, it's gonna be really hectic. But I wanna do a video today kind of on some of the consulting we do. Obviously, we go out on site a lot on some really complex builds, but in that middle zone where you need some help, they're complicated builds, but you don't necessarily need me to fly in and help you. Eric is doing a lot of really cool 3D modeling and helping people get their heads wrapped around more complex pools. And that's available. That's one of the services we offer. And we got a really cool collaboration that we're doing with a guy who came to my training. You guys probably know him on YouTube. It's Bealy Good Farms. It's Jeff Beal. And Let's Dig 18 is his excavator, and you guys have probably seen a lot of content on his build in the lake that Let's Dig, Chris at Let's Dig built him last year, and so now they're going to dig his pool, and it's a little bit complex. It's like a three-tiered, amalgamation of a couple pools sitting on top of each other. Pretty cool pool. And so Eric modeled it, and we just met with him on Zoom, lined him out on the dig, and so I think Let's Dig is going to get going on that here in the next near future. I'm going to be down there with them right after training at the end of February. We're going to zip up the coast to Raleigh and help them out for a few days and shoot some video with Nudura. So really cool content coming, guys. But I just kind of wanted to show you some of the services that are available, with our new website and stuff. With Eric and Patrick, it's making me so much more effective because our talents are very complementary of one another. So without further ado, come check out this meeting we just had with Bealy Good and Let's Dig 18. Okay.
What's good, Bealy?
What's up?
How you doing, Chris?
Man, we are cold.
You're cold. We're cold. Yeah. January sucks, man. I can't wait for March.
Hey, I was out there pouring concrete at midnight.
I saw the video, man. I haven't poured any concrete in a few weeks. I'm retired till spring.
Day to pour concrete.
I mean, when do I do anything easy?
Yeah.
I used to work with a guy who said if it wasn't a struggle, he didn't want to mess with it. So maybe that's like your motto. So hey, so real quick, I think I kind of sent you a few images and stuff, but me and Eric have got your kind of basic model of your pool that you've been designing, and wanted to talk to Chris about it. I don't think Chris is really going to have any trouble with following this, but a lot of guys we consult don't dig things every day, and ICF pools are a little different. It's kind of a basement, kind of if you've dug any, Chris, I don't know if you've ever dug any vinyl liners or anything where you've got to like dig real accurate faceted hole. This is much easier than that, but It's a big crazy pool that he's doing. So Eric, if you want to pull up,
no,
this yeah, right. I know.
I've already been informed.
Okay.
The best part is it's going to be like 3 or 4 feet below the pond level, so there's going to be a water issue.
I'm going to let you guys figure that part out because it is right. Because I've been looking. Eric was looking at that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that lower pool is going to have a grade that's lower than the pond, possibly. But yeah,
it's not possible. It is.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Good to know.
We're not working off a survey.
Hey, the water's got to
how
come
deep
from something, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you how deep to dig. And if it happens to be below the water table, you guys get to figure that one out.
Well, the water table is only like 16 inches right now, so guaranteed we're going below that.
We're working on one in New Orleans right now too. So we've been thinking we're up on a plateau about 1,500 feet above sea level. So we don't have to worry so much about that usually. But
how do you dig pools in New Orleans when they don't even bury people in the ground there?
It's going to be half above ground. It's only going to be it's only like 4.5 feet. It's like a big RV park, and it's going to be a couple feet up out of the ground. So it's barely. They're not digging.
You have to worry more about hydrostatic pressure because of that.
Sort of, except it's real sandy and it's right on Pontchartrain. Like it's like 6 feet above so it should drain really good. But yeah, we're going to send them hydrostatic valves and probably you too for your main drains in the bottom of your pool, because you don't want it, putting pressure on the outside. So Eric, if you want to pull up that model, we'll show you the finished product first, or at least, post pour, and then we'll back it out and actually kind of walk you through thought
Yeah, we'll
process here.
start with the pool, and then we'll back ourselves up and start with the hole. So
You want to
Can you
see
guys
the
see
pool?
that?
Or you've already.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
so there's
See, I like that
conceptually,
better
so
because
yeah.
all the way across. Yeah, that's great.
there's our
Yeah,
guess
so you see,
at
got
the
the
slope.
infinity edge.
Isn't that
I
better?
do too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're guessing on that, Chris, because I mean we've not been to the site, but we're kind of just ballparking the slope. It's probably going to be a little different than that.
Yeah,
But
it's probably not
the
quite
grades,
the same.
all right. Well, the grades are good. So I'll just kind of give you a little anatomy real quick. It's actually sort of two pools in one. The lower pool being the deep pool that he's assuming, a bunch of idiots are going to be jumping off of that infinity edge into that pool. So that bottom one's 10 feet deep. Right there. And then the upper one will be, they're both monolithically poured, but we're going to pour them, there's not that cold joint, there won't be any water, standing against it. It's above the bottom pool and below the upper pool. So he'll pour that other pool second. So there'll be some backfill in between. And then we're going to have if you notice over on the left, beside those stairs, there's like what looks like a little cave. That's where we're probably going to try to put the equipment. And so there may be, you guys can sort of on site figure out the exact grade you want to dig that area. We'll kind of give you thoughts about headroom and stuff, but that's like a fourth grade, but it could just be the same as the pool there beside it. So Eric, if you want to back out,
definitely going to be stand up under there because it's just you don't have that much slope.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll probably do that the same. Yeah, we'll probably do it just like that picture. We'll have it where
that'll give you almost like 5.5, 6 feet over your head, because you don't have to put the gravel and the concrete in that's under the pool. So you'll have all that excess space there. Now, Chris, one thing about it is what we've done in the past when we have below grade equipment rooms is we'll dig a French drain, like a trench, to put like a 4-inch pipe and just bed it in gravel from that
drain
room
it out
to daylight. Because if somebody pops the lid on or they just have a line freeze or something, that will drain that entire top pool into that room. And a 4-inch line will generally drain it as fast as it'll flow in, so it won't flood everything out. So that just as a safety while you're digging it, just open up a ditch there so he can bury a pipe day one.
Yeah,
but
drain in the bottom or something.
Yeah.
Perfect. So this is kind of what the hole would do. And if we were digging it, we would probably dig the whole thing down to that top grade, then lay out the bottom pool where his cursor is and take it on down. So, and he'll email Jeff some pictures or an image. Basically, that's grade A, and then grade B is that second one down there, and then grade C, and we'll take that down from like where that little guy is standing as your benchmark, wherever you guys decide that level is for a patio.
Yep.
And we'll give you how far down to dig, because you'll go about 20 to 22 inches below final grade of the pool floor. So you're gonna have about 10 inches of concrete, 10 inches of gravel, and most likely a couple inches of foam for a thermal break between, which we'll show you here real quick. So this is effectively what, Jeff's going to need from you. Now, as far as the over digs go, that's kind of as far as saving him money or you effort. I mean, your soil better than we do as far as what's going to fall
safe
off and fall back in the hole.
I guess my comment is between the top pool and the bottom pool, how far of a cut is that? Like 10 or 12 feet, 10 feet or so?
It's going to be 10 feet plus, probably a little, almost close to 12 with the complete over dig. So
that needs to be, how much of an over dig will there be? Because he's going to have to, that wall needs to be as vertical as possible, right? To save
because you're going to have to fill that back in with gravel, something that's not going to settle, because obviously it's bearing a pool above it. So right there,
as little as
what we
possible.
normally say is like, if you lay out the inside dimensions of the pool and then just dig that like with a 3-foot bucket from that line out, that's enough over dig for these pools. He needs enough room to be able to walk around it. It can be pretty narrow down there at the bottom, because usually as you kind of
big, but that's going to be scary,
Agree.
12 feet in the ground there between
1,000% agree. So if you need to over dig that a little more, you got to kind of do what you've got to do there. He's
We'll
not
just
going to
to
have
see
any
what it looks
plumbing.
like. I mean, the basement we dug,
What it is.
like the deepest part in the basement, I think on his house we dug was like 8 or 9 feet, and it held up really well at a
Surprisingly,
vertical slope.
Okay.
about the rain, yeah.
But we are farther down the hill where we've added some dirt to the slope. But I think we're going to be
Yeah.
back in original ground.
Yeah, because we definitely, yeah.
Okay. Well, so that's the first one, because on the sides it's not as important, except the one thing I'll show you, Jeff, so obviously we want to mono pour these shells. This first piece has a double layered bottom. We run into this feature with a lot of infinity edges where the pool will slope from 4 to 8 feet or something, but then the catch basin is all down there at the 8-foot depth. So I got to have a wall that's kind of breaking those two, but it's on 2 different contours on each side of the wall. So where his cursor is, Eric, you want to start building the first like three courses. So you'll put your mono legs on, you'll get your first course, second course, third course. Now you notice that notch on the top left corner there. That's where your monolithic slab is going to pour down into your wall. You'll see it better in a minute, but you need a bridge there to get over that gap. And the way we do that, so you can do this all at once, because a lot of guys that don't care about cold joints just say pour that 3 block and then you can backfill. But now you got a cold joint in the middle of your pool with a ton of water pressure with 7 more feet of water, 6 more feet of water, whatever it is. So what we're going to tell you to do is take a piece of plywood and put it along those legs to where concrete can't spill under the wall of the pool. You see that plywood down there? And then just get the cheapest concrete. Like if they've got flowable fill at your concrete plant, or just some 2,000 or 2,500 PSI garbage, just pour it in that area. But you got to brace, and I'll go over it with you when you get there. You're going to use
right here.
You're going to use some Fab Form bracing, right in here, and you're going to kicker the crap out of it, and you're just going to pour it real stiff, like 2 or 3 slump. You just want it in there to really plug that hole, so then you can put gravel over that and continue your forming. Because once that's done, now you can continue. This is exactly how my pool is at my house. I have 3 separate levels, and I just had a little concrete plug behind the wall. That's not really part of the pool. That's
and this is gravel
shoring
again.
effect. So now you can go back to gravel foam, and now the fourth row becomes the actual shape, including your stairs. And it's you haven't poured any pool yet, so you'll work your way on up. I'm not going to bore you with the details today, but we'll have a detailed drawing of how to monolithically add the stairs into here. And then, you'll get to this point and pour this. And then you've kind of got that licked as far as the overdigs and stuff are concerned with. So another thing, Chris, is that where he's going to plug that concrete, if you can overdig that one little corner less, because if that is, he doesn't need to do any bracing on that outside on those bottom 3 rows right
that
there.
much less concrete he has to pour.
Yes.
So when you
Exactly.
said dig with the do your outline of the pool, are you talking about your outer edge, go from that out edge and then over dig 3 feet, or is that too much?
No, yeah, that's too much. If in an ideal world you would start on the inside edge of the pool, which is like the actual dimension of the pool, so you're actually over digging about 2 feet past the wall, roughly.
Okay.
And
But
how
right
far
here,
does that footing, I guess, come out from the actual outside wall?
that's a foot.
What's that? Yep,
Okay,
that's
so
a foot
technically,
right
like
there.
you said, we're only going to be 2 feet wider than the outside edge of the pool then.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this gravel right here, we can also give you something like this. This is the gravel right here. So this bottom pad is 24 6 5/8 by 24 5/8. That's the gravel, which is already overdug a bit.
Okay.
The actual pool is a little smaller than that.
So those are my overdig dimensions.
At the bottom, yeah.
Okay.
And that would be a little less overdig than we've shown in the model.
Okay.
Well, that's okay. If you start at 2 feet past the wall up at the top, obviously you're probably going to be narrower than that when you get to the bottom. As long as, a lot of times I've got a foot down there to walk with, when we're digging, especially on like vinyl liners and stuff that we're bracing on the inside.
Yeah.
I don't really care, but
there's a 2 feet.
yeah. So once he gets all this done, 2 feet basically, yeah. So
I expect that 11:30 seconds.
I'll get it there.
yeah, Eric's gonna,
so we need to be pretty vertical between where it drops down, but the outer edge towards where his pond's going to be, you know, that's probably going to be, gosh, that could be 13, 14, 15 feet in the ground right there. How,
18.
so all that has to be backfilled with gravel. You know,
No,
we have a slope
no.
there. So,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
so when I over dig it, you know, say I need to pull the top edge back 5 feet to make it safe enough to be down in there. If it's, you know, 14 feet in the ground there with the, you know,
Sure.
figuring and slope and everything. How much has to be backfilled with gravel?
Basically like 2 foot vertically, 1.5 foot vertically. We're all the PVC pipe is going to be in that, you know, 18 inches from the pool range. You're just gonna have to come if he's gonna pour any concrete out there over it. You need to compact it proper. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if we, you know, if you need a 2 foot layer of gravel, but I have it pulled back 5 feet, we can put some gravel and put some dirt in there so that we're not wasting so much gravel.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, it just
there
depends.
won't be any.
Like I said,
think there'll be any concrete between the pool and the pond.
Close to your buffer, then if
we're going to be close to the buffer. Plus, I think we'll leave that natural area.
Yeah,
the concrete will be to the left and the right.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And it's just make sure you treat your soil properly. Because I mean, I deal with people all over the country, and it's different everywhere. You know, we got real karst, we got rocky clay. I got a feeling we have somewhat similar. You may be a little bit sandier than we are. I'm not sure.
We're definitely saying they got nice dark clay. Their dirt is brown. Like
no, we have orange, reddish gumbo.
We have that too.
Clay.
If you go down, if you go down more than a couple feet, we got that too.
You hear that?
Eric,
a couple feet.
Yeah, 2 inches. Not an inch, half an inch.
We got a half inch left of topsoil in the Carolinas.
We can take it down the road with it. None.
Yeah.
We generally have more than that, but not. I know we get some guys that have amazingly good soil, and then I was out in Colorado last year, and it's just bentonite, and it'll just crush pools. Like they don't do anything but vinyl liners because it's so expansive, and I'd never been in anything like that. So no rocks, just this powdery, expansive clay. It was weird, but anyway, so back to this because I know you guys are, you know, it's Saturday, and I know Jeff's got to hurry up and get to Vegas because we're all going to be at World of Concrete next week.
Right.
But
walk
anyway,
right
so
in and put $100,000 on black, see what happens.
I'm putting it on YouTube. Me and you both. I'm gonna do a short for watching Bill lose all the money he was gonna build this pool with.
Hey, hold on, Aaron. My wife is asking if there is a dress code for anything at World of Concrete.
Dude, it's a bunch of rednecks looking to pour some concrete. Now we are going to the award show. We generally try for the ICF pool awards, so we try a little harder that night. I mean, I'll have like
I'll wear sweatpants.
I'll look.
Yeah. Can you wear your sweatpants?
Dude, that's all I'm wearing. I'll be rocking some sweatpants a couple days, but not at the award show. I'll wear jeans that one day.
Oh, jeans, you hear that?
Yes.
Dress code is jeans and one of my fishing shirts.
At the award?
Yeah.
There you go.
Jeans without holes.
Right.
That's dressy.
I'm good.
Dude, so that this week in Vegas, there's World of Concrete's the big show. They also have the SHOT Show, which is like the biggest show in the world, and there's some kind of a flooring show. So it's just like Redneck Central in
Can
Vegas.
Can we get into the
I don't know. I've never looked into it, but it is. I mean, they got like tanks and stuff. I mean, you can buy anything you want.
They have this cool new invention called shipping.
They ship guns?
Yeah, you just cut that part out.
We are getting demonetized.
Demonetized.
But anyway, I mean, after we get to this point, Jeff, I'll walk you through the plumbing and everything else, and then the backfill is what we always do with the backfills. You want to compact the gravel till you do the pipe, and then you don't really want to after that because you can shear the pipes. And then you're gonna add this. Like I said, I mean, if you wanted to drop that little room at all, you could, but you'd want to, and you could even do that after you get to this point. So this is the gist of everything.
That area in the top pool, you know, we've just to say we've undercut it all out 6 feet. It looks like there's a spot that's like 18 inches deep where the stairs are. What gets backfilled under that?
Dig it all. I've got. Okay.
You actually step down into the equipment room.
I'm talking about in the pool itself where it looks like.
Oh, that's cool.
He's talking about the tanning ledge, Eric.
Oh yeah.
So I've got about 2 or 3 different methods, but you don't need to try to dig that.
Okay, we'll just put a load of gravel or whatever in there to
Yes,
fill that in.
I've got a way he can still get that where it's all concrete, exposed, but he can eat up some volume with some CMU block and gravel and stuff. So
Oh, that's right. That's right. I
we'll
saw
detail
that. Yeah, I saw that when I was out there at your place. Okay.
Yeah. We have one
Build it
method
up.
we use when we're monopouring and EcoFINISH, and we have another method we use when we're doing vinyl liner. So
Okay.
we'll do that, and super easy. So yeah, man, that's the gist of it. It should be pretty straightforward for you guys. I mean, this isn't a 5-acre pond or nothing. It's a little technical, but not too bad.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Just build me for
That big new excavator ought to be able to do this pretty quick, But I would drag your feet a little bit since it's Beal, though. I mean,
I don't plan on, he doesn't get started till about 9, and we got to take a break at 11:30 and get back.
I've been seeing his video. He's got to feed the ducks. I know he's got all kinds of things
party.
going on over there.
We get pizza party down. I was just going to dig it with my tractor, but
there you go.
Don't do
after
that.
seeing this, I think I'm gonna let Chris dig it.
Yeah, I think I will. Digging that thing with anything other than a pretty good sized excavator would suck.
It won't even reach down far enough.
I have to build a ramp.
I'd have to have a little ramp and come down there in the bottom area.
Well, Steve, we're supposed to do a training at Steve's at the end of next month, and he already got an excavator stuck in the swamp over there in Georgia.
Ooh.
Like, he was showing me pictures. I'm like, what's that hole there that's got water in it? He's like, I had to get an excavator towed out of here. So, I think Marshall and them are going down there to bail him out this week.
I mean, what was I doing? I don't even know what I was doing. Content, I guess. You're welcome.
So,
All right.
but yeah, and anything you guys run into during the dig, you can just yell at us. I mean, me and Eric are both available, obviously, but in the meantime, I know Joey's looking forward to meeting you at World of Concrete, and and I guess I'll be up your way as soon as training's over the first week of March.
Nudura is blowing me up asking when you're going to, they want you to sign off on when you're going to be here so that they can schedule their film crew and all to be here.
Okay. Well, I can get you a date. Give me a day or so.
Okay.
It's basically right after training. I'm like heading straight north. I might stop by. I remember Steve Wonder. I think he was at the training you were at.
Yeah.
He's in South Carolina, so I'm probably driving close to him. So if he happens to be at his job, I might stop in for a few hours, but I would assume I'll be there the day after training ends, which is like March 1st or March 2nd, but I'll give you a dead nuts, for sure date.
All right. So that'll be good. And we need the block count. I mean, there's no reason to worry about it. We just need to give it to Nudura at World
for the Nudura ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get that to you.
Yeah, we can give you that today because that drawing is basically right.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, we can give them that, and so they'll get all that coming, and we'll just sit down and go over all the pool equipment and stuff, and when I need to get it, and blah blah blah.
And we can go through everything with Joey this weekend or this week with all the Fab Form monopore stuff, and I'll just throw some of those corners, those gates corners that we use on the monopores. I'll bring them from Roast. When I head to South Carolina or when I head to Georgia.
Right.
So
okay, perfect.
It'll work out good. But all right, guys, I'm excited to see this hole go on the ground.
You ready to do it?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, guys.